The main causes that makes your hypothalamus operate abnormally is very interesting. When Simeons discovered this in 1959, very few people were obese. Now look at a picture of the first grade. Every kid in there is classified as obese. They use the standard 1950 today. You'd have 75% would be classified as overweight, and 50% would be classified as obese. It's out of control. Now, when you consider, how can that be? Because the hypothalamus gland is getting abnormally operating. And what's causing it? The first thing is genetically modified food. The genetically modifying of foodstuffs in this country is one of the reasons why we're blowing up like balloons, which is why when you take somebody from, let's say, Vietnam, and they're skinny as a rail, they come to America, and they eat the exact same diet that they did in Vietnam. The same bowl of rice for breakfast, the same rice for lunch, the same rice for dinner, tons of carbohydrates. They eat the same thing, and they all start gaining weight from the moment they're here. And they go, what's going on? Because the rice here has been genetically modified to specifically make you fat compared to non-genetically modified materials. The second cause is a magical ingredient, which is now being promoted on television, which is unbelievable. It's called high fructose corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup is not sugar. It comes from corn, genetically modified corn, specifically designed to make you fat. Hey, you like Coca-Cola? That's fine, have a Coca-Cola. Look at it. Do you think it has sugar in it? It doesn't anymore. In America, there's no sugar in Coca-Cola. There's high fructose corn syrup. That ain't sugar. Sugar comes from a plant called the sugarcane plant. And actually, if you take the sugarcane plant and throw it into a juice machine, you get a liquid, which is delicious, and it doesn't make you fat. You buy a loaf of bread today at the store, it's been sitting there for 4 days, you bring it home, you let it sit there about 2 weeks, and it's still soft, and that's something wrong. Bread is supposed to get old in a day. Bread had basically 3 ingredients: flour, water, and yeast. 3. There's only 3 ingredients in bread. Now you go look at the number of ingredients in your bread. First off, you'll see high fructose corn syrup. You're not supposed to put a sugar or a sweetener in bread. That's called cake. Think about it. It's not supposed to be in there. So high fructose corn syrup makes you fat. Now here's the next one. This is the bomb. Artificial sweeteners. Aspartame and Splenda. Sucralose. Artificial sweeteners make you fat. We ask them, why are you drinking the diet soda? Because I don't want the calories. Okay. So you think you're doing okay because it has 0 calories. But the chemical, the artificial sweetener, is actually making you fat. Not only do that, but they also make you depressed, give you emotional problems, mess up your hormone balance, increase your appetite, as well as make your body retain fat. So you have to stay away from artificial sweeteners at all costs. There's one other cause of obesity, or what causes the hypothalamus gland to get messed up, and it's something called Candida albicans. Candida albicans is a yeast. It's a fancy name. It's a scientific name for a yeast that's in your intestine called Candida. Candida is a condition that means you have too much of the Candida yeast in your intestine. You have an overgrowth. What causes the overgrowth of Candida? Number 1, antibiotic use. Antibiotics kill all the flora in the intestine, causing the yeast to overgrow. We are rampant with Candida. And so everybody has that condition to some degree, and that's one of the problems that you're having. It causes gas, bloating, lethargy, fogginess in the head, sugar cravings. If you crave sugar, you almost always have Candida problems. When you do the diet, by the way, and you do the HCG program, the Candida is automatically killed off because the diet doesn't have any sugar in it, and so it's automatically correcting that problem as well as resetting the hypothalamus gland. So those are some of the reasons why your hypothalamus gland gets messed up.